Good afternoon from the National Weather Service office in Lake Charles. I'm meteorologist Donald Jones, and this is your weather briefing for Monday, June 20th on newly formed Tropical Storm Cindy. Let's start by taking a look at a quick overview of what we're dealing with here. Cindy is still expected to make landfall as a tropical storm sometime Thursday morning in southeast Texas or right along the Texas-Louisiana state line. The track has shifted west slightly from earlier this morning and yesterday, but the same impacts still apply. Heavy rain, higher than normal tides, gusty winds, and a few tornadoes will all be possible. New tropical storm warnings have been issued for Hardin, Tyler, Jasper, and Newton counties, as well as Beauregard, Vernon, and Allen parishes this afternoon for the possibility of tropical storm winds in those areas. Here's a look at the total tropical storm warning coverage area. And as you can see, along and south of the I-10 corridor across all of South Louisiana, as well as those parishes and counties I just mentioned, are all under a tropical storm warning at this time. Taking a look at the latest infrared satellite imagery from Tropical Storm Cindy, you can see the ill-defined center of circulation, and the vast majority of the shower and thunderstorm activity associated with it is displaced well to the east of the center of circulation. The vast majority of the heavy rainfall associated with this is therefore also going to be east of wherever the storm makes landfall, which at this point appears to be southeast Texas. Taking a look at the latest radar imagery this afternoon, we can see the outer rain bands of Cindy are already making their way onshore across parts of southeast Louisiana and gradually working their way westward towards south central Louisiana. Parts of lower Acadiana are expected to begin seeing shower and thunderstorm activity here as we go through the evening and overnight hours tonight, with the activity gradually moving into southwest Louisiana and southeast Texas early Wednesday morning. In addition to that shower and thunderstorm activity, we've also seen breezy conditions across the area today, and those winds will only continue to increase as we go through the night tonight. We've already seen wind gusts in the 20 to 30 mile per hour range, and by tonight and into tomorrow, we'll be looking at winds near or above tropical storm force, which is 40 miles per hour. This is the official forecast from the National Hurricane Center this afternoon for Tropical Storm Cindy, and as you can see, the forecast track does gradually continue to be shifted further to the west, with a landfall now expected somewhere near or around the coast of Jefferson County early on Thursday morning. Now we're going to begin to see impacts from the storm well before the Thursday morning landfall. In fact, as I just mentioned, some areas are going to begin to see impacts later on tonight. Maximum sustained winds with Cindy are currently at 45 miles per hour, and some slight intensification is possible before landfall. The storm is currently officially listed as stationary, but should begin a gradual northwest motion at 5 to 10 miles per hour or so as we go through the evening this evening. The steering patterns for Cindy has changed very little. The storm is still being lifted to the north by a stationary cold front over central and northern portions of Louisiana, and it will gradually interact with that system as the storm works its way to the north and makes landfall on Thursday. Now what we're looking at here is the most likely arrival time of tropical storm force winds associated with Cindy. And as you can see, we'll be looking at the onset of winds across lower Acadiana by early tomorrow morning, with this graphic indicating about 8 a.m., and then gradually working its way into southwest Louisiana and southeastern Texas throughout the day on Wednesday. Now, chances are the rain activity is going to begin before the tropical storm force winds actually arrive, so we'll start by seeing rainfall early Wednesday morning, and that'll be followed by the increasing winds to tropical storm force. These next few graphics are going to indicate the timing and duration of tropical storm force wind gusts, when we expect them to begin and when we expect them to end, and also how long we expect them to last for each of the counties. I'm not going to go through each one of these and read them out individually, but you're welcome to pause this video and take a look at the details for each individual parish or county. Of course, the biggest threat with Tropical Storm Cindy is going to be the potential for very heavy rainfall. We're expecting widespread amounts of 3 to 6 inches, with locally higher amounts of up to 10 inches possible in some of the stronger rain bands across both southeast Texas and southwest Louisiana over the next couple of days. This is likely to lead to some flooded roads during the periods of heavy rain Wednesday and Thursday, especially along and south of the I-10 corridor. In addition to rain-induced flash flooding, we're also going to be looking at the possibility of tidally induced flooding And tide levels are currently running about 1 foot above normal, and those values could rise over the next couple of days as the stronger tropical storm force winds continue to push water up along the coast. Tides could be up to 3 feet above normal tomorrow and Thursday, with minor flooding occurring during high tides between Sabine Pass and Port Arthur, as well as Highway 82 west and east of Holly Beach and downtown Cameron. A similar situation is setting up for Freshwater Canal and Amaretta Pass as well, with tides running 1 to 3 feet above normal, which could lead to some minor coastal flooding near Pecan Island, Intracoastal City, Delcombe, Sippermore Point, and Burns Point. The lower end threat, but one that we can't completely ignore entirely, is the tornado threat. This is the threat for tornadoes as we go through the evening and overnight hours tonight, and as you can see, the primary threats extend basically from New Iberia down towards Morgan City. As we move into Wednesday, the threat pretty much extends along and south of the I-10 corridor across the entire Louisiana coast. And then moving into Thursday, we'll be looking at a widespread, albeit limited, potential for tornadoes across much of Louisiana. We'll continue to provide these briefings as long as the threat remains. If you have any questions or comments about this briefing, you can post them on our Facebook or Twitter sites, and we'll be happy to answer them. In addition to this recorded briefing, we'll also be conducting a Facebook Live event at 7 p.m. this evening, Monday, June 20th, at which time you can ask any questions that you have about this briefing or any additional questions about Tropical Storm Cindy. Have a great evening.